chief selector of the Indian Cricket Board, Chetan Sharma, has stepped down after he was caught on camera spilling the beans on the biggest flashpoints of Indian cricket. Sharma is a former Indian cricketer and began his second stint as chairman of the selection committee in January this year. In an exhaustive expose, Sharma divulged inside details on the biggest flashpoints, starting with the tussle between former Indian captain Virat Kohli and then BCCI chief Sourav Ganguly. He claims that there was no ulterior motive to remove Kohli as captain and it was just a natural transition.
बोला था उसने तो नॉर्मल कोर्स है ना बोला था उसने सौरभ गांगुली ने कि सोच लो एक बार जो माइट भी वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग में विराट ने नहीं सुना होगा और वहां तो 9 लोग बैठे थे एक तो आदमी होता नहीं है तो सारे लोग थे मैं भी था उसमें सारे सिलेक्टर थे बोर्ड के सब थे सब अवेलेबल थे या तो विराट को सुना नहीं या विराट ने क्या मुझे नहीं पता देखो
क्या विराट होता झूठ बोला
हमें नहीं पता विराट को पता होगा.
He also made some big allegations claiming that some Indian players dabbled in the dark arts in a bid to retain their spot in the national team. Sharma alleged that certain players in the Indian team took injections in a bid to clear fitness tests. He also revealed decisions behind the axing of certain players and spoke candidly about the transition in the team with young blood fast-tracked to replace senior players in the T20I team.
अगर इधर उधर होते नहीं है ना 85% में भी हमें बोलते हैं सब खेलने को सर बट मेडिकल साइंस नहीं क्लियर करती ना उनको तो वो प्रॉब्लम था प्लेयर तो खेलना था प्लेयर नहीं बनाना था अल्लाह की जैसे बुमराह बोला झुकी नहीं मारे तो क्या करेगा तो एक दो ऐसा जो मेजर इंजरीज हो जाती अदरवाइज तो 80% में भी ये तो बदमाश ऐसे हैं ये तो चुपचाप जाके कोने में जाके इंजेक्शन लेने देंगे सबके टाइम तो.
And now for a better understanding of this news development, we are now joined by our sports editor, Digvijay Singh Deo. Digvijay, thanks for joining us at this time. Now, this, of course, was a big sting operation done by Zee Media and WION a Big World exclusive. And now Chetan Sharma has resigned. How do you view his resignation?
Well, it was just a matter of time. And to be very honest, I didn't expect it to come so soon because there's a test series going on between India and Australia. And the Indian team for the first 2 test matches has been declared. And the next 2 test matches, test 3 and 4, those teams were still to be declared. So I expected the BCCI to take action. But clearly, Sharma has preempted all of this by sending in his resignation. He was in Kolkata to watch the Ranji Trophy final between Bengal and Saurashtra. And what we are hearing is that there was a complete breakdown in the trust deficit. There was a trust deficit between him and the rest of the selectors because the selectors in Indian cricket are bound by a code of conduct. There is also a clause that when you finish your tenure, you will not discuss anything that transpired in selection meetings. And here was Chetan Sharma actually revealing all the workings of the Indian cricket selection, which is in itself very contentious, and some of the details which he mentioned, which you alluded to, were clearly something which should have always stayed behind closed doors. So Chetan Sharma was caught in an unguarded moment, but he had no business revealing those details, as a result of which none of the other selectors or even players in the Indian team wanted to sit down with him and discuss the selection for the next 2 test matches.
Right. Just another question there. You say that he was talking about things that he has no business disclosing. This expose also brought to light perhaps the darker side of the game, if I may use those words. Do you see this controversy ending here, or will there be more?
Well, Priyanka, as things stand, the BCCI have obviously decided that there's too much damage at the moment and they've decided to cut him loose. And obviously, there will be a new selection committee. The selection committee is new. Chetan Sharma, in fact, was appointed head in January, and there obviously has got to be a new chairman of selectors. But then the onus is on the BCCI because the fans right now are wondering what is actually going on. There has been a history of injuries in Indian cricket over the last 1 year. Chetan Sharma saying that, certain players actually go and take injections, and that's something which is unethical. While, you expect players to play with niggles, it happens all the time. But for players actually to go out and actually take injections to clear fitness tests and then they break down, that leads to larger questions, and it also doesn't show Indian cricket in good light. If Chetan Sharma as chairman of selectors was aware of this and he's accepting it in that expose, then what did he and the selection committee do about it, and why wasn't the BCCI informed? And if the BCCI was informed, what were they doing? Were they powerless to take on the big names in Indian cricket? These are troubling questions which have emerged, and I think that's the reason there was no coming back for Chetan Sharma after these revelations.
Right, Digvijay Singh, our sports editor, joining us at this hour. Thank you so much, Digvijay, for all your inputs. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.